Hello everyone, welcome to the Learning Express YouTube channel. Today in this video, I am going to discuss some common questions people are asking continuously. So these questions are like that. If you are getting any college with any offer in these rounds of COAP and coming round of CCMT, so people are now confused with whether they should opt old IITs for non-VLSI course or they should go for old NITs for VLSI courses or new IITs for VLSI related courses. So these are some confusions I can say. So these are the common questions people are asking continuously. And after that, I'm going to cover few questions. By using these questions, you can actually investigate the things that what should be exactly your choice. If you are looking for any college with any offer, these are some following questions that I've designed at the last slide. On the basis of these questions, you can ask whether you should take that particular offer or not. So now come to the questions exactly. Yes. So if I come to the first question, that is the most common question people are asking whether to take non-VLSI courses in old IITs or VLSI in old NITs or VLSI in new IITs. So first of all, I would say that there is no straightforward answers for these questions. So why these questions are confusing? Because there is no straightforward sources where you can get the answer and whether you should take it or not. If it is a 50% can say straightforward, then 50% is your one its own perspective. So how person takes these things is also important here. If you are interested in really VLSI domain, then I would suggest you, if, according to my perspective. So if you are interested in VLSI domain, then you are taking the non-VLSI courses in old IITs. So first of all, you have to inquire that what are these non-VLSI courses. If you are really interested in VLSI domain, then non-VLSI courses in old IIT should be like that. They should offer you some coursework. If not exactly the coursework, then elective should be there so that you can build your VLSI profile. Example that if you are taking suppose SPML in IIT Kharagpur, if you're taking SPML in IIT Kharagpur, then the more intended things are there, signal processing, machine learning, deep learning. So it is more toward the programming side. Here you cannot get that much opportunity to build your VLSI profile on the basis of curriculum work, project work, or whatever the lab work is there. So it is more toward the programming side. And if you are really interested in VLSI domain, you may allow also in SPCOM at IIT Kharagpur or also RF, SPCOM, RF. These are all IIT KGP branch. And if you are taking RF, microwave, and that branch of IITK, RF, microwave, and so this at IITK. So if you are taking any of these branches in telecommunication, JTM, can say IIT Delhi, telecommunication or communication at IIT Delhi. So these are non-VLSI branch exactly, or the communication IIT Delhi. So these courses at IIT Kanpur, KGP. So these are all non-VLSI courses. But the common thing here is that you will be allowed for the VLSI companies. But here, very few companies will allow the SPML people. You will not be allowed if you are in SPML IIT KGP. You may get the opportunity for from SPCOM RF. You will get the opportunity to sit into the VLSI company RF IITK, JTM communication like IITD. And also the important thing is here. So if you are taking such non-VLSI branches, here you will get the less opportunity in terms of coursework. Then you have to work hard on your own risk, not as exactly risk, but it is your own way of dealing with the VLSI subjects. You have to do some other courses, you have to prepare your VLSI profile by your own. So now, yes, this point I mentioned that if a person is thinking for the VLSI domain, then you should take such courses, or you should opt for such courses where you are allowed, first of all, you are allowed by the companies, and you can get some opportunity by taking the electives to build your VLSI profile. If there is no elective, there is no course like the SPML branch IIT KGP, then I think there is not a good decision to take it for your VLSI profile. So now second point comes, if you are interested in uh, non-VLSI offers or non-VLSI companies like SPML branch IIT KGP and SPCom, they offer very good placements in their own domain of signal processing and communication, machine learning, and also the IITD. They also offers good placements in communication side and RF side. IIT Kanpur also. So if you are really interested in these domains and not thinking for the VLSI, then you can opt old IITs because placements are good, companies visits are also good. So then you can opt non-VLSI courses, any courses which is like related to these things, communication part, machine learning, signal processing, image processing, because these areas are very good where you can work. And if I come to the old IIT, so not old NITs, then old NITs, first of all, we should look at one thing. If you're getting the VLSI, then good thing is that you will get a direct structured coursework there. So you need not to prepare for the VLSI domain indirectly, where you can get the VLSI domain or preparation easily because you are getting the VLSI. And a good thing here for the old NIT is that you can get the good opportunity for the internships. Almost I discussed in many NITs with the people not in the old NITs, like NITs, some like NIT Allahabad, NIT Kurukshetra, NIT Raulkela. So some NITs I discussed NIT Surat, also NIT Trichy and Warangal. These are top NITs. So I discussed with the many people that there are 100% internships are there. So good thing is that if you're getting the VLSI in old NITs, then you should opt it for. Otherwise, non-VLSI courses which are not exactly providing you the environment for the VLSI domain, it will be far better to take the VLSI in old NITs. And if you are getting the course like II at IIT KGP, if you will see the curriculum work for the IIT at IIE at IIT KGP, you will see that they are providing almost similar opportunities in terms of coursework, project work, and lab work for similar opportunities like VLSI. So, in that case, you can opt for IIE branch or like non-VLSI course, which is not exactly the VLSI course, but it provides the equal opportunities. So I think you are now clear with what things I am discussing here. And now third thing comes the VLSI in new IITs. So if I compare or not exactly compare, if I say few points about the VLSI in new IITs, then you can opt, I think, old NITs. You can prefer the old NITs because as I discussed with the people, there is a 100% internships are there, and these internships can be easily converted into the PPOs. So there is a no issue of placement or cancel internships there. So IITs usually provide you the internships, and after that PPOs are converted, so you can get easily the placements. And company visit is also good in the old NITs. But in case of IITs, first of all, in case of IITs, I'm not talking about the old or new. In case of IITs, there is a less opportunity, or there is a, or can say, less companies visit for the internships. So internships are less in IITs because their project work is designed like this. You have to do the project work in IIT only. You can get opportunity for 2 months only. So for 2 months, company very less for companies visit there in IITs. So it may be the concern if you are not getting the proper internships in new IITs, then it may also possible that not all companies may visit to the new IITs for the placements. So if I compare between the old NITs and new IITs, and you're getting VLS in both, then you should prefer the old NITs. And so these are the 4 points I mentioned here. The curriculum work you can ask for if you're getting the offer in non-VLSI side in old IITs, then you can ask for their courses and electives. if you are getting some VLS related work there, and then you can opt for them. And for which profile a person is thinking. So this thing I clearly mentioned here. If you are thinking for a VLSI profile, then you should take your decision carefully. And if you are thinking for non-VLSI domain, you can go for non-VLSI courses in old IITs. You will get the good placements there. I have mentioned here few courses already, and these are all the almost 100% placements there, and preferences given by companies. So if you are taking the non-VLSI courses in old IITs as well, then companies may not prefer you. In fact, this II course is a good course here at IIT KGP, and but it comes under the department of EE. So few companies like TSMC and maybe sometime Qualcomm. So these companies do not give that much preference to the double E people. So it may little bit concern. So that's why I mentioned this point, preferences given by the companies and the placement status. You can look for the placement status. Then I think according to your profile and the placement status, you can think what should be your choice. Now I think many things are clear here. Now come to the second question. So second question is, if a person is getting branches like IIE at IIT KGP, I think I have already discussed this thing, which is VLSI related branch, but not exactly VLSI. Should it be preferred rather than going to the VLSI of top NITs or not? So again, I will say that the most important thing is that if you are getting branch like IIE, its coursework is very inclined toward the VLSI domain. Analog related coursework is good. Here, most things are related to the analog coursework. In terms of analog work, here I can say it is far better than the any other IITs. So they provide almost many good courses on analog VLSI design. You can get the good projects here. So if you're getting such branch, then you can opt for the old IITs rather than going to the top NITs if the tag also matters. So I said that a college tag. So if a person is getting the branch like IIE at IIT KGP and VLSI and top NITs, then it's one's own choice. You can take any because the placements are good for the top NITs in VLSI also, and also for the IIE branch. There's a 100% placement for IIE also in the VLSI companies itself. So after that, if I say the more weightage toward the NIT is that you will get the structured coursework because you're getting the exactly VLSI branch. So structured coursework will be there. So is structured coursework in NITs. So it may be the positive point because if you are taking the branch like II, which is not exactly the VLSI, where you may have to work on the some courses which are not actually relevant to the VLSI domain, like some courses to the instrumentation, to left of the instrumentation are there. So you may have you may need to work on some courses which are not exactly related to your VLSI domain. But in case of VLSI in top NITs, you will be working on structured coursework. There will be a proper digital courses will be there, proper analog courses will be there. So it may be the plus point for the old NITs or top NITs, VLSI. So I think I have mentioned here, and you can look for the coursework, then placements, and companies visited you can ask for. And the top NITs, one important thing and good thing is that you will get the internships also. And I think I have covered the basic points here. And one important thing that I mentioned toward the II of IIT KGP like branches, that you will get the equal environment. And if you are also thinking for the college tech, because some people might think that if they are getting the equal opportunities, then they can opt for the old IIT if tech matters for them. And many people do this thing. Because I also got the top NITs, but the thing is that I preferred IIE because I know that the placements are good and overall the can say the tag of IIT KGP, it was really a matter for me. Just a matter, it may be the matter for others and it may not matter for others. So it is a point just I mentioned here. Now, third question. If a person is getting inclined VLSI or non-VLSI branches in top NITs, but for placements, they are allowed to sit for VLSI related companies as well. Should they prefer them or not? Example that NIT Trichy Communication, NIT Warangal EIES. So let me clear one thing. If you are getting non-VLSI related branch in NITs, then you must think of what are the internships there. So before going to the placements, you should look at the internships. So if the companies internships, if the companies are allowing these communication students, signal processing students, or other branches students for their internships, are considering with a good preference, then you can opt for these non-VLSI branches in NITs, in top NITs. If I'm not talking about the top NITs, if I'm talking about the NIT Allahabad, NIT Kurukshetra, I discussed with the people that they are getting good opportunities for the internship in VLSI companies. In NIT Allahabad, they are getting the people of signal processing kind of branches and communication kind of branches are getting good opportunities, and almost 4 or 5 people from every branch I can say are getting opportunities in ADI, Qualcomm, and also other companies there. So if you're getting good opportunities and if you're really thinking for the VLSI domain, then you can opt for those branches in top NITs or any other NITs after looking their internship status. So you must look for the elective status. There maybe because many colleges, almost all the colleges provides 1 to 3 electives related to the VLSI domain. If you are not getting the VLSI related coursework or VLSI related branch, then also you can get some electives there. So this is the thing that you should look upon in the curriculum work. And yeah, if a person is thinking for the VLSI profile, then it is good to look at the internships, whether the non-VLSI branches like communication, signal processing, people are allowed for the internships of VLSI or not. And the third thing that you can look at the preferences. If there you are getting some branch where you are not getting the opportunity into the VLSI branch, then there will, I can say there will not be a good decision, because if you are not getting the preference and you are thinking for the VLSI domain, then it will not be a good idea. So one thing is that if you are not looking for the VLSI domain, if you are looking for the placements in their own domain, like the communication domain of the NIT and the signal processing, machine learning, or kind of thing, image processing side of NITs, then I think there is a little bit concern, but it is not exactly concern because companies provides internship there. If your NIT is old NIT, then you will get good opportunities in other profiles also. Not exactly the VLSI profile. In communication, signal processing, machine learning, deep learning side of thing, you will get the opportunities. So there is not a concern. So now my idea is that if I am in this situation, I would suggest that you should go for the NITs with the branches like where the internships are also provided in the VLSI domain. And once you are getting any offer from the NITs, you must look into the matter that they are what is their electives, what are their means curriculum work, and what are the companies visited for the internships in previous years. So these are few can say calculated ideas what I got from the people. Exactly, there is no straightforward answer that thing I mentioned before. And now come to the last thing, not exactly the last, it may also proceed. So these are the few points that I mentioned before opting any courses or college. You may ask these questions to the people over LinkedIn. So as I discussed with the many people, so you can use LinkedIn you can simply join with the people and you can ask for, like, first important question is that you must ask for the coursework. So if you are interested in making your VLSI profile, then you have to look on the courses of that particular branch that you are getting, about how many digital domain courses are there and analog related courses are there. If exactly not the courses, then electives may be there. So you have to look upon these things. Second thing, you may ask with the people lab work. What is the access to the tools? Means if you are getting the opportunity for using the cadence tool, the Xilinx Vivado tool there in the labs, and then it is a very good thing. Otherwise, if you are getting some non-VLSI related course, it may possible that you are not getting the tool or the project work there, but you may get the opportunity of taking elective. So these are the questions. And third thing is that internships or companies visited for the internship. So you can also ask this thing, that what are the placement, not exactly placements, what are the internships there? And please list down the companies which visited for the internship, and what were the internship status for that particular branch that you are getting. So you may ask like this. And third thing is the placements of previous years. So it is important thing, whatever the offer you are getting in any NIT, any IIT, or any other college, you can ask for their placements over the LinkedIn. You can contact with the people. I also contacted many people over these 5 points only. And I got exactly the calculated idea, exact placement status. You can also ask for the placement status. They may have the PDF of the placement status. If not exactly the PDF, you may get the idea that what are the interns there, what is the number of interns there, and what is the number of placement people there. And last point is there, how many people can sit into the VLSI company? This is also important. If you're getting any college, if there is a rush, like in NITs, some NITs, maybe people from 3, 4 different branches are allowed for the VLSI companies. Then it may possible that everyone cannot get the equal opportunity. First, the people from the VLSI branch will get the good opportunity. Now, after that, the other branch people will get the opportunity. So, in some NITs or IITs also, I got that there are more than 100 people can sit into the VLSI company, more than 50 people can sit into the VLSI companies. So, this may be the some kind of you can say rush situation there. So for that, you should look into the matter. I think this is one's own perspective. And yeah, so yes, last question was how many people can sit into the VLSI companies each year, or any other branches whose students can sit for the VLSI jobs. So if you are asking this question also, any other branches people who can sit for the VLSI companies, then you can opt those branches. Then you can opt those branches. So I think I tried to cover many points here, and you will get the calculated idea. So because people are asking to me, but to make the videos related to different branches at different IITs, different NITs. So it is not all possible for me to design video or to make the video exactly for all the branches, because there are n number of branches there in different NITs, different IITs. So, but these are few points, the 5 points, or maybe you can think on your own basis, or maybe 2, 3 more points there. So you will get the exactly idea. You can extract out the information from that branch, that particular college, and on the basis of these points, whatever the response you are getting over LinkedIn, after that you can ask or you can discuss with me. So exactly making the video, it will be far better for me that you people should do research on the basis of these 5, 6 points, and you can design some points by your own. And after getting the response, you can contact me or you can discuss with me. Okay, so I think now I should conclude it. So these are the few questions. First question was this, and I explained on the basis of curriculum work, electives, and person's own thinking for the VLSI and non-VLSI profile, preferences by the company's placement status. So these are few points I tried to mention here, tried to discuss here. So this information I tried to gather from the many people over the LinkedIn, discuss with the friends also. So I think you will get good help there. And after that, at the end, the last slide is what you can ask over the LinkedIn so that you may extract out some good idea about the branch, about the placements, about the internship of any college or any branch. So I think this is the enough. So thank you, people. And if you have any suggestion, if you want to know about a specific branch of any college, and if you're really confusing with that, you can contact me. So in the suggestion, I can say you can contact me, or you can give your own suggestion that what should be more number of points I should discuss about these things in coming video. If you are confusing with some points, you can say there is no problem in that. So I think this is enough for this video. Thank you.